Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is January 31st, 2025, and we are live here on the Ango Show.
Yep.
Today, we are doing our Royal Rumble predictions. We're going to talk about the surprises, the returns, the swerves, the stories. We're going to talk about a lot in today's show. My name is Ango. Of course, I'm joined by Billy TKO. And I'm listen, guys. I am super geeked for today's live stream. I'm super geeked for the Royal Rumble.
Ooh,
What a day this is gonna be. What a weekend this is gonna be.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
I want to say thank you to everybody who's joining us live on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Shout out to everybody watching across all the platforms. This should be a really fun stream. We're gonna show our screen in just a little bit because me and Billy have organized a spreadsheet. And within this spreadsheet, what's actually really dope is that we have predicted the entrant numbers for the Royal Rumbles. We have predicted who's going to win the Royal Rumbles. We have predicted who's going to get the most eliminations. And then a little bit of a special announcement, ladies and gentlemen. We will be live post Royal Rumble, and we're going to see who is right and who is wrong. And you guys will be able to vote in today's live stream poll. Who do you think has the more accurate and better predictions? You can let us know in the poll. So obviously, I look forward to that. We do have a super chat goal today. If you guys want to help us reach our goal, all you got to do is drop a super chat. And of course, if we hit our goal, we'll do our special shout outs as always. Super chats have been really, really great this week. Of course, with the super chats, you get the highest priority. So when you drop a super chat, that means we'll read your questions or comments on the air. And we do have a couple shout outs today. Raging Girl Gamer has been a member for 5 months. So shout out to you, Raging Girl Gamer. Thank you for your renewal. And shout out to Ernest Santavenez. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but we have a new member on the channel. So welcome to the Job Squad, my friend.
Yep.
If you think our takes are shit, well, you guys have the ability to use the toilet paper emote, which is a really cool perk. But of course, I'm super, super, super excited. Billy, we're going to talk about the card. We have a lot to talk about. So obviously we're going to kind of stay away from the shout outs today. We're going to try to keep that to a limited thing. But, last night was we were talking a little bit about the Royal Rumble. We're going into the Royal Rumble this weekend.
Yep.
I know you're excited.
Very.
Between the 4 matches that have been announced on the card, is there one that you are really excited about today to talk about?
So matches themselves. Truth be told, I'm really excited to talk about DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. Yeah. And the best 2 out of 3 falls match.
We finally get a tag team championship match on a PLE.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm super excited to talk about it.
Yeah. I'm geeked. We already got our first super chat of the show.
Let's go.
Shout out to Jonathan Lazaraga. Lizarag. Shout out to Jonathan for the super chat. $4.99. He says, "I want to see Penta in the last 5." Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a conversation.
We're definitely going to talk about it. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Jonathan, I am expecting a big Royal Rumble for Penta. WWE is going to try to give AEW the finger for sure. They're going to give them that big middle finger and let them know that they dropped the ball. So I am super excited about that. Penta is all over the graphics in Indianapolis. So I've seen a lot of my colleagues in the media business. They have sent me photos and text messages when they arrived at the airport.
Yeah, I've seen the airport had a lot of Royal Rumble stuff going on.
So cool.
The city's paid for it. Might as well, right?
You got to promote it. So
exactly.
Super excited about that. Shout out to Jonathan for the super chat. That's your 3rd super chat on this channel, Jonathan. I just want to say thank you for your support.
Big shout out, Jonathan.
And shout out to everybody who loves Penta because everybody on this channel knows I'm a longtime fan of Penta. It's about freaking damn time.
And he gets his shine, his love.
Exactly. You guys may have noticed, by the way, I'm standing up. I fixed my stand-up desk finally, right? After like 9 months. And Woo! I'm feeling good, baby. I just want to jump around.
Let's go, man.
It's a little bit different when you're live and you're standing up. I don't
It
know.
is. It is. It's a different feeling.
Yeah, this is fun. This is good. You know,
I'm here to be calm, cool, and collected with the chat.
Billy, I've been going to the gym this past week. Before we talk about Royal Rumble,
let's talk about it.
I've been going to the gym this week, and I was laughing about it. I'm like, now that I'm gonna fix my stand-up desk, I stayed up until like 2 a.m, right?
I know you were texting me.
Yeah, so now I'm thinking I should get a walking pad. Cause I don't know if you guys know.
Back and forth.
Buzz cut Ango is back. I'm tan. I'm trying to work out in the gym and get ready for the summer. I'm feeling good. I'm thinking I should get a walking pad.
Everybody watch out. Ango is on the move.
Yeah,
this man is here and he's here to stay.
Yeet.
Yeet.
All right. We got another super chat from Reels and Heels. 10 bomb.
Boom.
So does anyone else notice that in the WWE that with the 4 main titles between the women and men that they are switched? Cody's belt is number 1 and Gunther is number 2. Rhea is number 1 and Tiffany is number 2. Yeah, that is true.
It is true.
That is true. And I like that. I like that because you got to make them feel important. Right. I got to give them props though. The World Heavyweight Championship has felt important last year and this year.
All 4 of those titles in their own respective right have felt somewhat important.
Yeah, 100%. So to me, I'm excited about that. And then also too, Cody's belt is number 1 and Gunther is number 2. But honestly, the way that WWE has constructed these storylines, and we'll obviously talk about the Royal Rumble, but the way they've constructed these storylines for the World Heavyweight Championship, I feel like sometimes it even feels a little bit more important than Cody.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's huge, man. I'm excited about that. Shout out to Reels and Heels for the super chat. Thank you for the $10.
Big shout out.
Wow, we already got more super chats coming.
Yeah, they're flowing in. They're flowing in, man.
It's the last day of the month. Let's go. Listen. There's like a renewed confidence in me right now. I cut off my hair again, and I'm like, this is how I get when summer comes around, bro. I'm just ready.
I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal.
Yeah.
I gotta set a really big goal. If we get, let's say 30 super chats today, I might do something with my hair.
Let me see that hair, boy.
Let's see it.
Holy shit. Y'all see this?
I might do something with it. 30 super chats today. We'll see.
He gets a little trim.
Yeah, bro.
That's funny. I don't know, man. It's like I'm ready for summer. We're going into February and I'm ready for summer. So for me, like this is like I don't know. It's not summer yet, but buzzing my hair.
Let's get to spring.
Hey, summer starts once it's like 45 degrees in Michigan.
This is true. This is not a lie.
That's when I start bumping house music in the car and I just like start chilling. Oh, good times, baby. I can't wait. Shout out to Phil. He dropped a super chat. Phil, we got to get you on the channel, bro. We got to get you on the channel.
We do need to get Phil.
Phil says Final 4 men's Punk, Cena, Roman, Seth. Women's Bianca, Io, Charlotte, Becky. Winner Punk and Charlotte. I'm super excited. Let's go. Hey, Phil, love the shout out. Love the super chat. Love your predictions. We'll see how they look. We're going to throw up the spreadsheet in just a second.
We're going to get to it, man. We're going to get to it. Shout out to Phil. Very great picks. We got to get you on the channel sometime soon, yes,
buddy.
We do need to get Phil on here, man. Phil's a great guy.
Tolino channel dropping 100 Indian rupees, and he says Fatu dominating Rumble with more eliminations, and the men who eliminate him is interesting.
Yeet.
Listen, here's the thing, though. I think we should just get to the
bro. Pull up the spreadsheet.
We should pull up the spreadsheets, huh?
Yeah.
Shout out to Tolino channel.
Oh, the chat is booming today. I see a lot of people.
Y'all are crazy. I love it. I love it.
Crazy, man.
Shout out to those on TikTok watching as well. Huge day for us on the channel. Yeah. I say, holy shit, we already hit the super chat.
We hit the goal. How many minutes are we in? 11? Got it.
11 minutes. We already hit the super chat goal. Justin Kennington dropping a $4.99. He says men's Final 4, Punk, Seth, Roman, Drew. Winner Punk. Women's Final 4, Bianca, Naomi, Jade, Grace. Winner Grace. Woo! Woo! This is fun. I like this. I like this.
Pull up the spreadsheet.
We got to pull up the spreadsheets because we're
Can we
getting
get to the spreadsheet, man?
We got to get to the spreadsheets. We've organized the spreadsheets. We've done this prior to the show. We did this yesterday.
Yep.
So just so you guys know, we have a spreadsheet. And what's really cool is within the spreadsheet, when we go live for the Royal Rumble post show, we're going to actually see who was accurate. Yes. Again, from the entrant number all the way to the winners, the final four, most eliminations. And we're gonna see who had the most, and you know,
it's just a
little fun competition. I think it's gonna get a little spicy today, Billy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we've talked a little bit off stream, disagree a little bit on a couple things. Let's have a conversation. Hey, go. How's that sound?
Let's do it, guys. We hit the super chat goal, but that doesn't mean stop, right? So if you guys want to keep going, of course, that's gonna give you priority. We're gonna read your comments and stuff.
If you want me to cut my hair, let's get to 30.
That's crazy. I don't know why you're doing that. I ain't paying you for shit. I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it moving though. I think it is time for the spreadsheets. Who loves spreadsheets?
Get to the spreadsheet.
I love spreadsheets. You guys love spreadsheets. All right, let's do it. Let's do it, baby. We got the Royal Rumble predictions. Now, if you guys know anything about spreadsheets, hopefully you guys could read this. I've tried to make it eligible for everybody to be able to read.
Yep.
But we have the men's Royal Rumble, the women's Royal Rumble. So we have Ango, and then we have Billy's picks, and then we have the full card as well, which as you guys can see right here, we don't have the winners filled in because we're going to do it as we're live, but we do have the winners filled in for the men and women's Royal Rumble. So obviously we're trying not to, you know how it is, man. We got to keep it fun and spicy and fresh. And I can't wait to see who people agree with more, me or you.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what this looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, my picks for the Royal Rumble. We're going to kick off with the Rumble matches, and then we'll talk about the Tag Team Championship. And then, of course, we got to talk about the World Championship, WWE Championship. So, Penta at number 1. He is my number 1 entrant. Listen, WWE loves to have entrances. The Royal Rumble doesn't have big focus on entrances.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes a lot of sense for Penta to come in at number 1 in the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. And I think Penta is going to be given that Iron Man push in the Royal Rumble. I think they're going to have Penta last very, very long. But as you guys could tell, he is not listed in my final 4. So that means Penta will probably be in the final 5. But unfortunately, he will get removed from the ring. And by the way, if you guys couldn't tell, most eliminations, we will talk about that, but I actually believe Penta will be eliminated by Jacob Fatu. So that's a way to kind of justify Penta being thrown out. But I have Penta coming in at number 1, and number 2, I have the return of AJ Styles. So Billy, let's talk about the first 2, right?
Yeah.
Penta, AJ Styles. AJ, big star in Japan, comes to WWE. He's injured. There's rumors that he might be cleared. We don't know for sure if he is cleared. But obviously, when we see something like this, I think there's a little bit of fun there between Penta and AJ. Penta makes his entrance, who is number 2. Holy shit, AJ Styles is back. And then we get to see them kind of go at it for a little bit. What are your thoughts on that?
So I don't hate it. It's not my 1 and 2. I'll tell you that.
So we'll get to your 1 and 2.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But in that order, I'm not opposed to that. I will say that. I'm not opposed to that. I think Penta with the grand entrance and stuff like that, that's a good way to start it off, coming off of what Jey Uso did last year with him and Jimmy going first, the first 2. And I think having a returning AJ Styles and seeing those 2 who obviously have long history on the independent circuit, right?
Yeah.
Seeing those 2, I'm not opposed to that. I don't hate it. Yeah. I like it.
Cool. Number 3, say his name and he appears, Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry, baby.
Listen, I think WWE is very obviously going to push TNA. It's a big 4 pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble is arguably selling out, almost 70,000 people there. This is the biggest PLE that's not WrestleMania. They're making history here. Joe Hendry will have the stadium rocking, so I don't think they waste any time. I think they have Joe Hendry coming at number 3. And you guys got to remember, this is a big thing, right? Joe Hendry coming in at number 3. You get him in early, then you don't have to worry about him, getting buried later on, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Joe Hendry coming in, being the big baby face, 60, 70,000 people there. I think it's very important that we acknowledge Carmelo Hayes would be the perfect heel to come and ruin Joe Hendry and kind of rain on his parade a little bit. So believe it or not, I actually don't think Joe Hendry lasts very long in the Royal Rumble, nor does that actually matter, largely due to the fact that I think Joe Hendry's there to get the big pop, the viral moment, might have a little segment or a viral moment with Carmelo. But of course, you just need a really good heel to follow up with that. And I think Carmelo's perfect in that case.
Yeah.
So then,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm not opposed to having Joe Hendry that early on. Me personally, I do think they save him a little bit. But I'm not opposed, and I really like the Carmelo Hayes pick there.
Yeah.
If that is the order that you're going to take this in, I really like Carmelo Hayes following that.
Yeah. So there's a reason why I have this laid out the way I have it. So Carmelo Hayes, then we have Santos Escobar at number 5, who is a heel. So keep in mind Carmelo Hayes, Santos Escobar, and then we have at number 6 Ethan Page from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this for a couple of reasons. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is if you have Ethan Page, so 3 heels coming out at the same time, Penta, AJ, both baby faces, and Joe Hendry being a baby face, I think you could have a nice little 3-on-3 show off face-to-face moment.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Carmelo, Santos, and Ethan Page. I think it makes a little bit of fun. I think this makes for a little bit of fun. Ethan Page getting a chance to be on the main roster, a Royal Rumble. Guys, Ethan Page went face-to-face with The Rock in NXT. So there's a lot of people behind Ethan Page in the WWE. He's going to be a stud on the main roster. We haven't taken a look at your list, Billy, so I haven't seen your list. But with me throwing Ethan Page in there, would you say Ethan Page is suited for a main roster call-up, or what is your thought?
Yeah, I do think it's about time for Ethan Page to go up. There's a lot of what ifs, the whole Josh Alexander thing, potentially, reforming the North and whatnot.
Yeah.
I do think right now is the best time for Ethan Page to come up. I know he has the Javon Evans storyline. He could kind of finish that up. And then after you bring him up, because after that, there's really nothing left for the guy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's time for him to come up, get into the mid card over here on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. I think he'd fit really well into either that Intercontinental Championship scene or that United States Championship scene.
Love it. We're going to take a quick break from the spreadsheets. We got 2 super chats.
Bring it on.
Andre Benson dropping a $5 super chat. He says, my pick for the moment of the Rumble, Cena in the ring, clock goes to 0. Joe Hendry comes out, stare off. Me and nearly 65,000 people of my friends go crazy. Andre, if you're going to the Royal Rumble, have an extremely fun time because this is going to be a big one. Joe Hendry has made it really clear that he says that he wants to have that match with John Cena, and he said he would call him out.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm not predicting this will happen. I don't think this will happen. But if WWE wants to create a viral moment, especially with their partnership with TNA, if you really
that's a really good way to do it.
You want to stick it to AEW, you have the TNA World Champion and John Cena face to face. I mean, there's no better fuck you than that. So
yeah,
I like this.
I like it.
It's not on my predictions, Andre, but I love it. Love it.
You guys' predictions. I'm digging these predictions today.
Yeah, man. We got the greatest community out here, baby.
Bro, we do.
Thank you, Andre, for the super chat. We got another one from Tolino Channel. What will Punk do with Favor in the bank? So he's got the Favor. It's stashed away.
You had something that we talked about off stream that we'll eventually talk about.
Should we talk about it? Or should we wait?
No, bro. For what?
We should wait.
What are we waiting for?
It's a conspiracy. I don't want to ruin your prediction.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. All
We'll
right.
wait. We'll hold
We'll
on to
wait
it.
till after. We'll
Keep
wait
it in
till
the
after.
clip. Keep it in the
Yeah,
clip.
keep it
Guys,
in
I
there.
have a weird conspiracy. It's probably not a good one, but it's
I
gonna
don't.
be fun.
I believe oppositely. I actually think it's a really good one.
Is oppositely a word? Billy, maybe you need a standing desk. Maybe you need to just stand up a little bit,
shit.
you know?
Oh shit. Is that a
You know?
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh god. Yeah, maybe.
I got a conspiracy with Punk in his favor, but we'll have to wait for that. Shout out to Tolino channel for the super chat. Appreciate it. We have another super chat from David Primero for $4.99. He says, Final Four women, Charlotte, Becky, Bianca, and Io. The winner is Io. Last elimination being Charlotte. Bianca being eliminated by Jade outside. For men, John Cena wins. I think this is a fun prediction. I
don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I think it's a very logical prediction. You know, one of the things we talked about in the stream the other day, though, was I don't want Jade. Like, I want them to actually follow through on who attacked Jade. I don't want Jade to just go after Bianca because that's who attacked her. I want them to actually let that story play out.
Yeah. I agree.
So, love the super chat, David Primero. Thank you. Andre Benson dropping $2. He says, yes, I'm going. Indianapolis is 90 minutes away from me. Dude,
I almost went.
Yeah. I'm going to Chicago in March, so I can't make it to Indianapolis for this. But the energy, the excitement, obviously a lot of people are geeked for this.
This weekend is buzzing.
It's been a long time since I've done a pay-per-view post show.
I know, bro. I know.
So this is one that I definitely don't want to miss, and I'm super excited about
bro,
that.
it's going to be fun. Dude, they keep dropping super chats. We're never going to be able to get to these spreadsheets.
Oh, we're going to go, baby. We're going to get it. We're going to keep going.
Come on, man.
So shout out to everybody. Reels and Heels dropping another super chat, $2 super chat. Could the Punk favor be AJ Lee at number 30? No.
Absolutely not. But
no. I like the thinking.
Yeah, it is good thinking. Like, oh yeah, I just want to bring my wife back.
Yeah, no, that's not the favor.
No, that's definitely not it.
But we'll talk about it. We'll talk. There's a lot of stuff to get to.
Yes, there is.
Shout out to Reels and Heels, Andre Benson, David. Thank you all for your super chats. If you guys keep getting those super chats, we'll keep addressing them. So thank you for that.
Appreciate it, guys.
Let's get back to the spreadsheet. I love spreadsheets. Nothing's better.
Yeah, we love
Billy at number 7.
Yep.
Number 7, I have Logan Paul. Logan Paul said it himself. He doesn't need to eliminate 29 other people. He just needs to throw one over the top rope. So I think Logan Paul comes in early into the match.
Yep.
I think when Logan Paul gets early into the match, I think we're going to see Logan Paul kind of do the typical heel thing where he just like doesn't enter the ring, kind of picks his point. You know, he picks his opportunities when to throw somebody out, enters the ring, exits the ring. But I do think Logan Paul, he's the king of going viral. I do think there will be a viral moment with Logan Paul.
For sure.
And we'll get to that in a little bit. But we do have number 8.
He already knew it was happening. Isn't that something? This guy, his microphone. Oh my goodness. I got to leave and come back because I'm not going to be able to hear you. Hold on.
Wow, this is crazy. Sorry about that, guys.
We back.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Do I sound normal?
Loud and clear. Man, that mic, man, something is going on.
Thank God I'm making a change, right?
Yeah, a lot of changes coming to this show, guys.
Yeah, so number 8, I have Jacob Fatu. He is my prediction for the most eliminations. This is the year that Jacob Fatu really, really shines in the Royal Rumble. So obviously with Logan Paul coming in, Jacob Fatu's there. I think Logan might even try to use Jacob Fatu as a way to like survive in the Royal Rumble. But then, you know, it's all about creating viral moments. This is the Royal Rumble. Omos just did an excursion in Japan. So I got Omos coming in at number 9. Obviously, we saw what Jacob Fatu did at Braun Strowman. They're going to create that moment with Jacob Fatu and Omos. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Number 10, I have CM Punk. I think we don't wait till very late until we bring in a major name. I think CM Punk comes in at around number 10. And he goes in there, and I think there's going to be a lot of great moments here because when CM Punk enters the ring, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there is a lot of heels that are in this match already. So again, CM Punk is going to have to face a lot of adversity to make it to the Final Four. But as you guys could tell, I don't have CM Punk in my Final Four. So this is where it gets really interesting. We'll have to keep talking about it. At number 11, we have Dominic Mysterio. Again, another heel, right? There's a reason for this. There's a reason. This is a very heel dominated match, and the reason why is because they're going to be creating a lot of moments throughout the night.
Yeah, there's a lot of heels too, I think, just in general. Yeah.
Then there's Ludwig Kaiser, who comes in at number 12, another heel. So CM Punk's got his back against the wall.
Yeah, dude, hold on. Holy shit. Bro, how many heels do you have coming in this thing?
A lot.
Dude, but the problem is they're like back to back to back. You're talking adversity just in the first, 12?
Listen, this is a Royal Rumble. Heels will work together, and some heels won't.
And beat the shit out of like 2 dudes?
There's going to be a couple guys who they're going to have their egos. Like at this point, I don't even think Carmelo Hayes is still in the match. Santos and Carmelo, I think one of them is going to throw each other out of the ring. You know, there's stories being created here. But we have Ludwig Kaiser, and then we have Braun Breaker, which this is going to be Braun Breaker's tweener moment where he kind of works with Punk. And the reason why he's going to work with Punk a little bit is not because he likes CM Punk. It's not because he wants to work with CM Punk, but at the end of the day, he's a heel. He's the Intercontinental Champion. He's a tweener. He's going to use CM Punk as a way to get further into this match. You're going to see those moments, those face-offs with Jacob Fatu and stuff. Yeah. And then obviously Dominic Mysterio. Then after Braun Breaker, this is where we get that big pop. LA Knight comes out.
Yeah.
And LA Knight, you know, now we have some good stuff here. It's a good mix up. We have Drew McIntyre coming in at number 15. But then we have another surprise at 16, and that is Matt Cardona. Listen, for over a year now, the rumor has been that he's going to go to WWE when the time is right. I 100% believe the Royal Rumble is the kickstart for Matt Cardona to join WWE.
Doing stuff with TNA too.
Yeah, he's doing stuff with TNA. I think we see Matt Cardona in the WWE on SmackDown.
He's going to wipe clean the Zack Ryder stuff.
I think we get the woo, 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 you know it.
And then it turns into something.
To Matt Cardona.
Yes.
So Matt Cardona, I think, returns at 16. And then he is met with Andrade. And the reason for that is because SmackDown's U.S. title picture, Andrade, Carmelo, Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight, Matt Cardona could enter that title picture. We have Finn Balor at number 18, Karrion Kross at 19. And then this is where things get a little bit spicy. We have Seth Rollins at 20, 21, Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso at 22, R-Truth at 23, because of course WWE should be utilizing R-Truth for a nice.
He's hilarious.
He's a hilarious guy. Then you have Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Mysterio. This is where it starts getting a little bit more balanced with the heels and baby faces.
That's right.
But Jimmy, you know, what's really interesting here is with Jimmy coming out sooner than Jey Uso. I think Jimmy doesn't really have a chance of looking like he's going to go far in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Jey Uso naturally being at number 26 will make it look like he's the final 6 or 7 that are left, right? Number 27, John Cena. Number 28, Damian Priest. And then this is where I love my prediction. Solo Sikoa comes in at 29. Roman Reigns comes in at number 30. And let me just remind you guys of that visual, if you don't remember, when Roman Reigns was absolutely shocked that AJ Styles came out at the Royal Rumble surprise. Roman Reigns has the acting skills, the facial skills to be shocked. So listen, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, it's perfect, right? The real tribal chief comes out after. And then we finally get the reveal that The Rock is coming out at number 31. He is the final boss. He is using his executive power to be the 31st entrant in the Royal Rumble. And this means that The Rock will eliminate Roman Reigns with the help of Solo Sikoa. But here's the thing. That's not going to be the final 4. Because Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa will be in the match still at this point. The Rock will be there. Roman Reigns and John Cena. So my belief is that Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, and The Rock actually end up eliminating Roman Reigns. And then The Rock is going to set his sights back on Cody Rhodes. And then obviously after that, they will have to pivot to Rock and Roman. You know, Road to WrestleMania, the storyline is Rock and Cody. but obviously how The Rock got there with Solo and Jacob Fatu, I think it just makes a lot of sense for Roman to eventually want his revenge. Listen, this is fantasy booking. These are predictions, but I genuinely think this could happen. I think The Rock made it very clear that what he was doing on the Raw on Netflix, he told everybody to pay attention, and it's not over yet. He made it very clear that he has plans to work WrestleMania. Dave Meltzer says no. We'll see if Dave is right. But my pick is The Rock. Now, just a quick explanation. The final four: John Cena, Roman Reigns, The Rock, Jacob Fatu. Guys, you know how I said number 7, Logan Paul, kind of tucks his way to the end, right? Logan Paul will get eliminated by John Cena. And I think John Cena being in the final four is really interesting because we're going to see the face-to-face with John Cena and Roman Reigns against The Rock and Jacob Fatu. 2 men facing each other face-to-face. But John Cena will be the one that eliminates Logan Paul. And this is how they're going to pivot to Logan Paul versus John Cena at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu will have the most eliminations. I think this is going to be the absolute beast.
Mhm.
I think Penta will make it extremely far, but then once we start getting to this final four, Penta will obviously have been removed. And I think maybe Jacob Fatu is the guy that eliminates him. But Penta is going to be your Iron Man. He's going to be the one that lasts the longest in this match. And then I think Jacob Fatu is the one who gets the most eliminations. And I fully expect this to be a viral Royal Rumble. There's just too many people. If you look at my predictions between Jacob Fatu and Omos, if you look at Logan Paul and Cena, if you look at Joe Hendry coming in, I think that's really good. And what I like about my predictions too, just so I could be honest with you guys, I like the fact that you're not overly relying on NXT or TNA in this case, but you do have a few of those surprises, which we don't typically get a lot of naturally.
Maybe 1 or 2.
But yeah, I think The Rock is working WrestleMania. I think it's The Rock versus Cody. And to be honest with you, like, it's very easy to say The Rock doesn't win, you know, but I think The Rock coming out as the final boss, he told everybody, just pay attention. We'll see what happens. I think my surprises, Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, and Matt Cardona are relatively
those are good. Those are good.
I didn't put any legends, but I will just say as like just for fun, if there is a legend that they're going to put in the Royal Rumble, I would love to see Rob Van Dam and Logan Paul have a viral moment.
That'd be cool.
It's hard, man. The roster's stacked. As you guys could tell, like Kofi Kingston's not in
it. Is. You don't need legends.
Yeah.
You don't need the tag teams.
Yeah. So it should be very interesting. We did get a couple super chats, and then we're going to switch sides to Billy's Royal Rumble predictions. Where are these super chats?
By the way, just to let people know, I fully disagree with the way that ends.
Cool. Yeah.
No.
Tolino Channel dropped a super chat. Let's go to this.
That brings back.
He says AJ needs to enter Royal Rumble after Carmelo. AJ versus Carmelo. I think that's a possibility too.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Listen, I think what ends up happening when people do their Royal Rumble predictions is they just say who's going to win, and that's kind of it. I wanted to really go out here and say, when we watch the Royal Rumble and we do our post show, we're going to see who actually came in at the number that we predicted. And there's a very, very good chance that we're both 100% wrong, but I think it just makes it a little bit more fun to go a little bit more in depth with the predictions.
Yeah.
But I definitely wouldn't mind that at all. And then we did get another super chat as well from Phil. He says, I knew it. I knew that Rocket 31 isn't crazy. I've been saying this for a few weeks now. Ango, you did it. Yeah, I think, listen, for the best stories going into WrestleMania, Cody said that we have no idea what's coming. There's a million routes that they can go with Cody. Cody versus Cena, Cody versus Punk, Cody versus Rollins, Cody versus Drew. There's literally a million options you can go with. But I just think if you really, really want to go balls deep into Vegas and just go crazy, The Rock told us, man. He told us that the dirt sheets are full of shit, and he says don't listen to them. So if The Rock is coming out and saying that, either he's a fucking liar or he's telling the truth.
I think
we're going to find out. So
yeah, we're going to find out.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Shout out to Phil for the $4.99. Appreciate it, bro. Phil. Reels and Heels. He says, if AJ Styles does enter the Royal Rumble, do we hear his banger TNA theme? No.
As much as that'd be cool, no.
That would be sick, man.
It would be really sick. It would be. That'd be a great callback too, especially with the partnership. But I don't think that happens.
That'd be really sick.
That's deep fantasy booking.
But hey, there is a pay-per-view called Slammiversary happening at UBS Arena.
Yes.
So that is a very big possibility.
Never know who
my
you're
friend.
gonna see there.
Yeah. Great super chats, man. I love it.
I'm digging
Shout
it.
out to all of you. Just a quick message in the chat. I just wanted to point this out really quick, and then we'll get to Billy's predictions. Joseph Martin says we should do a Royal Rumble bingo.
I don't hate that.
I don't know how to organize one, but
Yeah, how would we go about doing that? Somebody in the chat, tell us.
let me know in Discord. Maybe we'll do like something in Discord.
Oh,
I don't know.
that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Do it in the Discord with like everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. We'll figure it out. I want to do more. Everything that I want to do is all community oriented.
Yeah.
So definitely a possibility.
Nope.
Just thought that was a really cool chat. Billy, you know what else I think is really cool?
What's that?
The floor is yours, my friend.
All right, bring me up. Bring me up. Bring me up. You have control of my sheet.
Yes.
All right. So obviously, this Royal Rumble, it's been one of the hardest to predict. I think, in my personal opinion, this has been one of the hardest things for me to actually sit up and try and book, try to make logic of things, try to put things down on paper here that naturally just makes sense. So we're all going to agree. We're all going to disagree. Things happen. But I want to kick things off, and I want to start off with my number one being Sami Zayn. I think that story being told on Raw with Sami potentially going heel. I think right now he holds and is facing a lot of adversity in his mind and in his head. And I actually followed him up with Seth Rollins. I think you have those two go tell a very, very good story to start that off, right? Because we know that story that's being told on Raw. You don't want to wait for that. You don't want to wait till the end. I want a story to be told the moment that you walk into the ring. Kind of, again, playing back into what they did last year with Jay and Jimmy. You had a story automatically. Right here it is. That's what I think. To follow that up, I have Penta. I think Penta is, I agreed with you on this stance, very much going to be a dark horse in this. I think he's going to last a very long time. I think he sticks out more than a lot of other guys. WWE wants to, let's be real here, they want to stick it to AEW a little bit. And this is a perfect way to do so. So I definitely have Penta at number 3. And then to follow that up, I have him and AJ Styles. I think just that face-off alone is one of the best things that WWE can do for themselves, their brand. I think you could tell a really good story between Penta and AJ. I think that story within itself could be something without a title, and that can go into WWE storytelling without titles.
Yeah. Just a quick note though.
Yeah.
For the purpose of the Royal Rumble, the transfer portal ends Royal Rumble. So if there is a program between the two that starts off on TV, AJ Styles was a SmackDown
superstar. Yep.
So just keep that in mind. He would have to be transferred to Raw, or Penta would have to be transferred to SmackDown.
Yes. Now, whatever they do with the transfer window, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they do with that.
I think we definitely get some stuff at Royal Rumble announced.
For sure. I think they're going to tell more about that.
Sure. Anyways, continue.
So following that, I think we're going to play a little bit into the TNA stuff, right? Joe Hendry. Bring him out. I like Joe Hendry here. And then I'm not going to lie, me and Ango, we agree on some things. We disagree on others. I thought Carmelo Hayes was a really good pick to follow Joe Hendry. Yeah, I really did. I think that's simple. Kind of have the heel come ruin it right away. Very simple, very simple. And then after that, you have Logan Paul, right? We have Logan Paul at 7 because Logan Paul, again, we agree on some things, disagree on others. Logan Paul, he did say it on Raw. He is only needing to eliminate one person. I think he sits outside the ring most of the match. Yeah. He'll come in, have a quick viral moment. I think he sits out most of the match. Yeah. And then you get him later, maybe with 6, 7, 8 guys left. Yeah. Following that, I have Dom Mysterio. If anybody knows the history between Logan Paul and Dom Mysterio, why not have him come after Logan Paul? Yeah. If you've ever watched an episode of Impulsive, you would understand why. I thought that was one of the more hilarious episodes. So these two obviously have history together. They're friends. I think that's a really good person to have follow Logan. After that, I have Damian Priest. I think you can do a quick little callback, especially now that Damian Priest is over on Monday or on Friday Night SmackDown. I think you could do a little callback real fast, and you can have him do something with Dom Mysterio, just again to show his power. Hey, I still hate you, dude. Regardless of where we're at, I'm always gonna hate you. You annoy the shit out of me. That's just what it is. But after that, I have CM Punk. I think CM Punk is a really good spot at number 10. I think, again, you guys will see here shortly, I think he is going to have to face adversity. Regardless of what it is, CM Punk has to go through adversity. You see on the screen, he is in my final 4. We will get there. So following that, I have Drew McIntyre, because we're telling stories, baby. Hey, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, we got to call back to that a little bit. They don't like each other. Why not continue that story? And you can keep Sammy and Seth in this whole time, because then what do we have? We have one big story going on throughout this whole match.
Yeah.
Following that, we have Finn Balor. I thought Finn Balor was a really good pick at number 12. I thought, hey, this guy, I know he was off TV last week, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought Finn Balor would be good here just to kind of see him in there. Obviously, we want Finn to go on a good run. Everybody is looking for Finn. When that'll happen, nobody knows. But again, we're just filling out some slots. Yeah. After that, we got Kaiser, my boy, Ludwig. This man, he's not my dark horse. He's not who I think is going to get the most eliminations. But I do believe that Ludwig Kaiser has a really good showing in this Royal Rumble. I've been saying it back when we talked about Bash at Berlin. I've always said, I think Ludwig is going to be a guy that is going to carry this company into the future later down the line. I think he has a really good showing. I think Ludwig could potentially be somebody we see eliminate a bigger name. Following that, I have R-Truth, because Ludwig is super serious, and you know who's not? My man R-Truth. After, I've seen people in the chat talking about this because you didn't have this on yours. Moose. Our X Division champion.
Yeah.
Bring in Moose. Let him be a powerhouse. Why not? I think you let him last a little bit too. Eventually, you could have him go up against somebody like Jacob Fatu. That's deep. I'm aware.
Yeah.
But that is my thought there.
Just a quick note. I like the Moose pick. Mm-hmm. It would be cool to see the X Division Championship being brought to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
What's really, really interesting though is so far, like, when I look at who you have, the one person that's been a former X Division champion on your list is AJ Styles.
Yeah.
So I do like that possibility if maybe AJ's still in the ring and he looks at Moose and, you
see that X Division championship.
Just maybe like Michael Cole or Pat McAfee being on commentary,
playing it, calling back to it.
Former X Division champion. I like that. There was somebody in the chat too who said it would be really funny if R-Truth gets attacked before entering the match and somebody enters for him. I didn't think of that.
I didn't either.
But if you wanted to, maybe what you could do is actually have Moose not be the actual entrant, and maybe he attacks R-Truth and does that, so he could kind of get in there. I don't know who
we've seen WWE forget that number 29 existed. Yeah. So after Moose, I have Bron Breakker, because the dogs are barking.
Yeah,
the dogs are barking. You see him over there. He is my guy. I believe he's going to have the most eliminations. I think he does them very quick. I think Bron Breakker is a dog for real. I think he's just going to get people out of there.
There's a problem that I have with this, though. I'm going to tell you my quick disagreement.
Yeah, go ahead.
If Bron Breakker comes in at number 16, how many of these people are still in the match?
So I can actually see, I'm not going to say like a big amount, but here's the thing: is I see him getting rid of, because we have to think about what, number one, what is the most eliminations? What's the actual number, right? Mm-hmm. What does that number consist of? For me, I was thinking 5 or 6, right? That's a comfortable number for me, because I don't think somebody's going to go on a generational Kane run. You know what I mean? I don't think that's going to be the case here. I don't think we're breaking records.
I think Jacob Fatu is.
I don't.
100%.
I do not think that.
Yeah.
I do not think that whatsoever. So, again, my thought is that Bron Breakker, he'll 5 or 6 eliminations. He looks the strongest, kind of what he did. What was that match in NXT where he came out and he speared like 3 dudes in 30 seconds?
Iron Survivor?
The Iron Survivor. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very, very callback to that.
Cool.
After that, bringing Jimmy Uso. I think Jimmy Uso, obviously, that's just a guy that we just kind of figure is going to be in the Rumble, right? Not too much to tell there. After that, Jey Uso. Brother and brother. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
I think here we have to have some kind of shitbag heel, and who other than Kofi Kingston? Because here's the thing. I put Kofi in the Rumble because originally I was like, oh man, like the spot. He always has the spot, that really. I actually don't think that's going to be the spot. I actually think he looks like the shitbag heel here. And he's going to have a spot, but it's going to be a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to be able to do his cool move or whatever. He'll try and save himself. Not going to be able to do it.
Sure.
Following that, LA Knight. I think LA Knight is just one of those guys that, he fits the Rumble.
Yeah.
Whatever. After that, I have Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio at 21 felt pretty comfortable. Now, here's my next one that I was a little undivided with this.
Okay.
Right? I was a little undivided about how I was going to bring this to attention and bring this out into the open, considering the match that is taking place earlier in the night.
Okay.
I have Randy Orton in there.
Okay.
Because I do believe there is still a lot of story to tell between him and Cody. Now, I understand the him and Kevin situation. That's why, again, I felt really iffy about this pick. I felt very iffy about it, but I'm placing Randy Orton in the Rumble.
Okay.
I think they want Randy in the Rumble.
Okay.
After that, I have Andrade. Following that, Santos Escobar, because I just think that would be a banger in itself.
Yeah.
Very simple. Very, very simple. And then let's bring out Ethan Page, because we got to have an NXT guy in there. Ethan Page is a really good guy later in the match.
Okay.
Following that, this was, again, another one, but this is actually why I put Randy Orton in this. It's because I have Kevin Owens coming in. I actually believe that Kevin Owens is going to enter the Rumble after he loses to Cody Rhodes. And you tell the story between Kevin and Randy. You get that face off.
I'm going to throw toilet paper emojis all over your predictions.
That's fine.
I'm spamming them in the chat.
That's fine.
Sorry, bud.
Hey, that's all right. Because I never got to mention mine about yours.
No.
We're going to talk about it, though. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So after that, I have John Cena. Then Jacob Fatu. I think Jacob Fatu will be one of the later entrances.
Mm-hmm.
I like Solo Sikoa after that, considering the story that has been told with Solo walking away, things like that.
Yeah.
Then I bring out Roman Reigns, and I don't put The Rock in there.
And then your winner is CM Punk.
My winner is indeed CM Punk, along with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, John Cena, Roman Reigns.
Let's get spicy, huh?
Come on, brother. Let's have a conversation.
I think your predictions, respectfully, are shit.
I think your predictions were absolute dog shit. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let me tell you why. I see a couple flaws in your explanation with things, right? So, for example, Randy Orton coming out seems very likely. Mm-hmm. However, I think it's far more likely that he shows up with Cody and Owens in the ladder match.
See, again, I mentioned that though. So
I know,
you're gonna shit. Hold on,
Billy.
Billy, go ahead.
Use your inside voice.
Go ahead.
Ready? I'm about to explain to you. I think the Randy Orton situation makes a lot of sense for him to be in the Rumble. I could see that, right? However, there's a couple flaws in your situation. So Kevin Owens going through the ladder match to be in the Royal Rumble. I don't think that's going to happen. But also, what I really don't like about your predictions is that you saved a lot of these filler guys, for example. Like, I like your explanation for Kofi, but Kofi being in the Royal Rumble late in the Royal Rumble, LA Knight being in the Rumble late, Rey Mysterio, all these guys, you got to remember that, like, the Royal Rumble is being built upon the biggest names right now. So if you look at some of these guys, like Santos Escobar and Andrade coming in so late, right? If you see that in the Royal Rumble, I think those guys are like quick eliminations. As much
Yeah.
as we don't want to admit it, a lot of these guys are quick eliminations. These are the guys that are just in there to be filler.
Yeah, I agree with that, but my problem with it is and what you're not seeing, if you go back to any Royal Rumble that you ever watched, a lot of the filler guys do come in the teens and in the 20s.
They do.
That's why I have them coming in late. So to say that's a shit prediction is just completely wrong. If you
No,
look back
it's
at
an
the
opinion.
history,
Opinions can't
that's
be
fine.
wrong, Billy. But here's the thing. Like you got Ethan Page coming out at 25. Okay, that's fair. Whatever.
Yes.
But like if you go back into your predictions and then you have Damian Priest and CM Punk, then you're basically telling me without telling me that some of these bigger names that came in early, if they do last the entire Rumble, right? If they make it all the way to the end, which is fine if they do, you're basically telling me that this whole Royal Rumble is very, very predictable.
Yeah, because I do believe when you look at it in hindsight, again, when you look at it in hindsight, right? One thing that we've said about this Rumble is it seems very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Right? What if it's the most predictable Rumble that there is and it's sitting in front of your face?
It could be.
Boom. I mean, like we could sit here and have numerous conversations. We could talk about 31 being The Rock.
Yeah.
That seems unpredictable.
So, but let me ask you this. So you have Braun Breaker getting your most eliminations, but Braun Breaker comes in at number 16, right?
Yes, because I believe a lot of guys still sit in the Rumble by this time.
Okay, so let me ask you this though. How is that possible when Damian Priest, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor are all top guys, including Penta and AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, and Sami Zayn? How is that possible when they're coming into the middle in the beginning of the match?
Is Finn Balor a top guy right now?
Who? Finn Balor
is not a top guy right now.
How can you say that? He's literally the leader of the Judgment Day.
They haven't booked it like that.
Oh, brother, come on.
Come on, dude.
Come on, Billy. Billy, stop with this fake outrage nonsense. You put a lot of the top guys in the early beginning of the match.
Regardless
and then here's the thing, though.
Regardless of the fact, you could say that, right? The Royal Rumble doesn't tell you that. I will say this. There was a lot of filler guys that I probably could have moved up, but regardless of the fact, that does not change that some of these guys, no matter what you want to believe, it's just, it can happen. And
but
if you want a guy
here's
like Braun Breaker to be a dominant champion, don't you think that, hey, let's let him eliminate some top guys?
Well, I think like how I have Shinsuke Nakamura in my list, for example, or how I have Penta on my list. Let me explain this to you, right? Penta being a dark horse that lasts the entire match could make a lot of sense, right? But if you want to build that program that you teased between Penta and Braun Breaker, Penta could be the one that shockingly eliminates Braun Breaker, right? But in your situation, that's not really the occasion here because Braun Breaker is coming in at number 16. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that if he has the most eliminations, that means Braun Breaker is taking out almost all the top guys. The reason why I fundamentally disagree with your prediction, and I say respectfully, because I don't hate it, but the reason why I respectfully disagree with it is because if Braun Breaker is getting the most eliminations, he's taking out the top guys, but the stories are built around the top guys. Meaning most of the top guys have to make it to the final 8, final 7, final 6. Right. So that's why I think it's wrong. And blatantly, I don't think they should waste a spot, to be honest. I think WWE would be really dumb for Kevin Owens to lose the ladder match and then be in a situation where he enters the Royal Rumble. In fact, I would also go as far as saying is I think the men's Royal Rumble main events the entire show. So therefore, Randy Orton coming out and winning the Royal Rumble would be kind of fun because then you have to decide, does he go back and get revenge against Gunther or does he go after Cody, right? If that's obviously if Randy won the match. But the reason why I say this is because Randy being in the Rumble makes a lot of sense. You get surprise pop. I'm not arguing that. But I think it's far more likely that you see Randy get involved in the ladder match. He's the reason why Cody wins. And then he does another planted seed where he kind of looks at Cody.
See, my problem with that, I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish real fast.
I think we'll talk about that match. We'll talk about that match. But I just think it's far more likely that you would see that versus Braun Breaker coming into this match and then taking out a whole bunch of the top guys.
That's fair.
I just don't think so.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I do want you to explain your winner. You have your final 4, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, John Cena, Roman Reigns, and you have CM Punk winning. So explain it.
Well, let me start off with John Cena, right? I think regardless of the fact John Cena being in this final 4 makes a lot of sense. given the history that we have with John Cena, right? We know what he's trying to do right now,
Yeah.
especially because he's trying to beat the odds and whatnot. I think he just makes sense in this position, right?
Yeah.
I think we have Seth Rollins in here because we obviously know the history between Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. There's a lot of history surrounding all of these guys.
Yeah.
And before we dive into the other matches, there was actually something that you mentioned, again, off stream, that we didn't talk about, but we talk about a favor potentially happening with CM Punk.
Yeah.
He needs it from Paul Heyman. A lot of people have speculated, oh, they're going to save it till WrestleMania. They're going to play it out. I actually don't see that potentially being the case. I think whatever the favor is, we're going to see here, which ultimately I think Roman and Seth, they'll get two in each other's heads, which will ultimately allow Punk to win this match.
Like that. I like that a lot. I don't have an issue with you picking Punk. I think Punk's reasonable. Let's shoot the shit for a second, and then we
let's talk about it.
Conspiracy.
Yes, and this was the one thing that you had mentioned that made sense to me when you said it. It's not something that I thought about.
Yeah, I don't think this will happen. Let me just be very clear. I do not think this would happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think WWE, if they really, really, really want to get into this favor, who knows what the favor is? But I like the idea of picking Punk to win the match. I have no problem with that. I think me and you both put him at number 10.
Yes.
Which I think I agree with him coming in early, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say two things. Who is John Cena's feud for WrestleMania? The rumor is Logan Paul, possibly because they kind of teased it a little bit.
Yeah,
Logan's asking for it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said in my prediction, I think that's kind of how they set it up. However, on the flip side, if you want Punk to win the Rumble, I would actually be really happy for Drew and John Cena to have a match at WrestleMania. I would love for them because we don't really know what Drew McIntyre's plan is. He's a big star. He's becoming a big star. I would love to see them build that. So then how do you get Punk to win when you have Seth Rollins, John Cena, and Roman Reigns in your final four? If I'm going off of your logic, Roman Reigns, CM Punk are the final two.
Yep.
And Paul Heyman is then there he unfortunately has to screw Roman Reigns. And I think
he has to lend a favor.
This is a conspiracy that I have. If there was ever a time, and I'm not advocating for this, I'm not saying for WWE to do it, but I could see WWE doing it. You bring in Brock to not as an entrant, but you bring in Brock to deliver an F5 to Roman Reigns, and Punk gets his heel turn officially, and Punk solidifies himself with Paul Heyman, and Brock Lesnar is the favor. Brock Lesnar is the guy that guarantees CM Punk a main event at WrestleMania. Yep. Now, the reason why I think this is pretty reasonable, obviously, it's hard to fantasy book Brock in this situation with the Janelle Grant lawsuit and everything that's happening. Obviously, we have to wait and see what happens. Is he really guilty of anything? I don't know. But if WWE were to be able to kind of, I don't know if circumvent is the right word. I'm just trying to sound smart right now. But if there was ever a time where WWE was trying to maybe have Brock Lesnar not get booed, like bad,
this would be the time.
Like this would, well, he's obviously going to get booed, right? If you're solidifying the CM Punk heel turn, but I think people would just simply boo him because he F5'd Roman Reigns and screwed him. I think everybody would be so shocked that Brock showed up and helped Punk, which I think it's a little bit of an interesting conspiracy. You know, I think
so. I just want to follow up on the reason for CM Punk and the reason why he wins in my eyes. It's because I think what happened last year was such like it was a catastrophe. You know what I mean? It was horrible. It shouldn't have happened. That guy had, let's be real here, no matter what people want to believe, and a lot of dirt sheets came out. That guy was bound to main event WrestleMania 41. At least one of the nights between him and Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre was never supposed to be in the plans. I don't think personally. So I think it was a catastrophe what happened, and I think WWE wants to rewrite that wrong. CM Punk never got to point his finger. He never got to main event that day. He never got to live that feeling. And we talk about The Rock and we talk about stuff like that. As much as I don't hate your pick for The Rock, I just don't think it is the right time for The Rock. I know last year we talked about it too, with The Rock not being the guy or whatever the case is, or The Rock was supposed to have his moment last year, whatever. I just don't think right now that The Rock is supposed to win this. I think CM Punk just obviously makes the most sense in this position. And people will disagree. They will agree, whatever the case is. I just think right now, CM Punk has to get this moment, whether it be as a heel, whether it be as a babyface. I don't think it matters. I just think now it's time for him to have his moment. I think that is the fair way to say it. Let me go through. It's just so weird to think that. I genuinely don't think The Rock wins here. I don't. And I really liked Ango's take with the Brock Lesnar situation, because I do think that solidifies a CM Punk heel turn and makes him look like the shitbag heel, brings out Brock. He needs this favor from Paul Heyman. I like it. I don't hate it. I'm gonna go through some of the chat and read this off for a minute. And once Ango gets back, we'll get to the super chats, guys. I do want to make that clear. I'm hanging out by myself. I don't really have access to the super chats and stuff. So I will read off some of the chat. Super chats will be read once Ango gets back.
And he's back.
Oh, look at that. Problem solved. Then I don't gotta go through the chat right now.
Cool.
Because we got some super chats, man.
Cool. Let's bring them up. Tolino Channel. Let EO win the Rumble. Charlotte needs to struggle to get to the World Championship. Last time Charlotte wins Royal Rumble, she wasted on the NXT Championship, sell the injury. I disagree.
Please leave Charlotte out.
I disagree, but we'll get to our women's Royal Rumble predictions.
Yep, we will get there.
I get it.
I will say this before we get into the women's Royal Rumble. My shit was all over the place.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to
It's hard. The women's one is harder.
The women was hard. My shit is all over the place.
Yeah.
You guys the toilet paper is going to be flying through this shit.
Woo! Tolino Channel, thank you for the super chat. Reels and Heels says, you guys forgot Shin is in the Rumble. I feel like I put Shinsuke in the Rumble.
I don't think I did. I did.
Yeah, I put him at 24.
I think I took him out. I had him in there. Oh, shit. Whoops.
It's probably because you put Moose in there.
Well, yeah, that might have been. Yeah, well, it looks like I might be wrong somewhere along the line.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not a big deal.
Huh? No, I don't got a perfect bracket. You just called it out.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, none of ours are perfect.
No, bro. Not a shot. Not a shot.
Shout out to Reels and Heels for the super chat. Cornell Bryant, $1.99, pin this. The men's Royal Rumble match will open the show. I don't think that's the case.
No, I don't think that's the case either.
And if my prediction is right, with The Rock showing up at number 31,
it's definitely main events.
That main events for sure.
Yeah.
I think even if CM Punk wins.
Yeah, I think it main events regardless.
Yeah. This is the men's Royal Rumble is just too deep in layers with stories to do that, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Another super chat comes from OMG Dre Crazy. $1.99. I wonder if Jacob still loves Solo.
I love you, Solo.
I love you, Solo. Yeah, no, I think with my prediction, he'll still love Solo.
No, with my prediction, he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So it's
I
gonna be
love
interesting.
you, Solo.
It's interesting because the WWE roster is so deep, and it's actually really hard. Like
It
guys
is.
like
It
Angel Garza and Umberto Carrillo would have been
But
in the
not-
Royal Rumble in the past.
Yes,
Kofi,
and now
Xavier
they don't.
Woods.
They're not in there.
Yeah,
And I think it goes back to who's booking the show.
well, also not only that, but I think having the idea of tag teams being wasted in the Royal Rumble is kind of dumb.
Because none of them are going to win it.
Yeah. And I think that's the one thing where I think with my layout of the people in there, I do think it makes it unpredictable. If you look at mine, right, for example, and remove The Rock at 31, I think like any one of those guys based on where they're at could win, which makes it fun.
Sure.
So we'll see what number, For me, I'm saying number 31 wins the Royal Rumble. Billy says number 10, CM Punk. Obviously, I have CM Punk at number 10, so it'll be really interesting to see if that number is true. But yeah, Shout out to OMG Drake Crazy. Toledo
Shout out.
Channel dropping another super chat. He says, winner of Royal Rumble challenges Gunther. Roman wins Elimination Chamber for WWE Championship. Punk cashes in Cody versus Roman versus Punk. Money in the Bank doesn't take place until way after.
Yeah,
So,
that's not a. Sorry, Toledo Channel.
Yeah, I don't think that would work. Unless for some reason they moved it or something. But
That'd be sick, though. They put the Money in the Bank on the. Oh, that'd be.
if it's Roman versus Cody trilogy, I'm straight on that.
Yeah, I'm so good.
Yeah. You know what I think this is time for now?
Bring it up.
The Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, here we go. The shit show that I struggled to predict so bad.
Yeah, buddy, this is gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, this one, you guys toss all the toilet paper around.
I'm gonna go quickly with this because there's not as many layers of storylines.
No, this one you could just run through.
Yeah, number one, we have Becky Lynch. I think they start off very hot with the return, right? Number one. Number two, Natalia. Number three, Sonya Deville. Number four, Cora Jade. I like the idea of Cora Jade being in the Royal Rumble. Plus, we have our first surprise at number five, Masha Slamovich. She's the TNA champion. Cora Jade's in a storyline with her.
That
She's
makes
crossed
sense.
over.
That makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense for them to be back to back.
Yeah,
I think there's a reason why they've been playing with that story between NXT and TNA.
for sure.
That's fun. Number six, Naomi. I think she's going to be the workhorse for sure. Unfortunately, I don't think she's going to be in the final four, but I think she'll be a workhorse, kind of like Penta, lasts extremely long. Candice LeRae at 7, B-Fab at number 8. This is going to be just a quick little note. I think B-Fab has been getting really improved in WWE. I think they will use this as an opportunity to kind of let her show out a little bit.
Yeah,
But I don't think she's going to make it that far. But I think she'll have a couple great moments.
she could do what Jordan Grace did last year.
Yeah. Number 9, Lyra Valkyria. Number 10, Jordan Grace officially joins the WWE main roster and shows up at number 10. Number 11, we have Zelina Vega. 12, Piper Niven. 13, we have Mickie James. She's working with WWE behind the scenes on LFG. She also works for OVW. I think Mickie James coming back makes a lot of sense. We have Micha and Mia Yim at 14. 15, we have NXT star Julia. Number 16, Io Sky. She returns. Number 17, we get Nikki Bella. She returns to the company in the Royal Rumble, and she will start her program for WrestleMania. And number 18, we have Zoe Stark. 19, we have Asuka, who returns. 20, we have Bayley. At 21, we have Roxanne Perez. Obviously, Bayley and Roxanne Perez, they have a storyline that's happening as well. Number 22, we have Bianca Belair. 23, we have Raquel Rodriguez. 24, Nia Jax. 25, we have Jade Cargill. I think she returns. 26, we have Chelsea Green. Lash Legend at 27. Shayna Baszler at 29. 28. 29, we have Liv Morgan. And then at number 30, we have Charlotte Flair. I have picked Charlotte Flair as my winner. Unfortunately, I have picked Charlotte Flair as my winner. I see people in the chat saying no AJ Lee. Listen,
Hold on.
Listen, I think there is too much hype regarding AJ Lee. I think AJ Lee will have a program for WrestleMania. I think that program will be with Roxanne Perez. Right now, Roxanne Perez is currently in a storyline with Bayley. I don't think they have AJ Lee show up at the Royal Rumble. I would love for it to happen. I think it will happen. Not that it will. I think it could happen. I think there's a high probability chance that it could happen, but I don't think she will. I think they save AJ Lee for something else. I think maybe there's a better chance of Roxanne like hunting down AJ Lee, kind of like how Seth Rollins had an open challenge for WrestleMania and then Cody came out.
Yeah,
I think that's more likely to happen. So that's why I don't have AJ Lee on the list. There's rumors that she is going to be there. There's rumors that she's going to be back in WWE. A year ago, I talked about some plans that they wanted initially was AJ Lee and Roxanne. Did they finally figure that out? I don't know. Is it possible? Yes. Do I predict it's happening? No. And I don't think it needs to happen if they want to set up that match anyways, because AJ Lee is not going to go after Rhea Ripley or after Tiffany Stratton. So that's why I picked Charlotte Flair. Now, with that being said, my final four, Jade Cargill, Jordan Grace, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. And I have Jordan Grace, the one with the most eliminations. I think Jordan Grace is going to immediately step into the WWE and immediately make an impact This is her night. I actually really, really, really want Charlotte Flair to be the one that eliminates Jordynne Grace, and that's how Charlotte wins. My final two would actually be Jordynne Grace and Charlotte. But with that being said, Charlotte, of course, wins, challenges Tiffany Stratton. I think that's a pretty reasonable prediction.
Not mad. Not mad. I disagree with some of the things, but
What do you disagree with, bud?
I mean, Charlotte winning is just insane.
Come on, man.
It's asinine right now.
Come on, man.
That is absolutely asinine. You know it. I know it.
It's not that I like it, but
Yeah. See, you want to be Mr. Factual all the time.
yeah.
This guy, he doesn't even have fun.
Yeah, I do. Look at me. Didn't you see I was doing fucking jumping jacks?
This guy doesn't even have fucking fun, man. Dude, come on.
Eat.
What the hell? Charlotte Flair is gonna win the match.
That's not what I want to happen. It's just predictions.
It's the logical booking.
It is
Yeah,
logical.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, fucking
Have
Kevin
some
Owens
fun,
loses
dude.
Kevin
Have some
Owens
fucking
loses
fun,
the
dude.
ladder match and shows up at 28.
Have some fun because you're not having any fun.
I'm having a lot of fun, Billy. This is fun.
I hear
Those are my predictions. Let's take a look at Billy's. Billy has his women's predictions. I'll let him run through it.
you. Yep. Boom.
Oh, you just changed it?
No,
you just
I checked-
changed it while
no,
we were
I
live?
checked-
No, that was not live.
You are a fucking liar.
Dude, I promise you on everything that I love, that was not live.
Oh my god, that is crazy. All right,
That
go
was
ahead.
not while we were live.
Go
I tried
ahead,
fixing
Billy.
it. I tried fixing it. And it wouldn't
No,
let
you
me.
didn't, bro. I had this all structured out with the
This
black
guy
and the
is
red and
cap.
everything.
This guy is cap. This guy
Toilet
is cap.
papers for
This guy
Billy,
is
ladies
cap.
and
This guy is
gentlemen.
cap.
Get the toilet papers out.
Oh my god, he's number one. He has no fun. He's a hater. Good lord, man. I can't believe all these people are hanging out in your chat right now. This dude's a hater. He's a grifter.
All right, break it down for us.
All right, so boom. Io Sky Bailey. Call back to last year. Call back to WrestleMania. I think that's a great start. After that, you have BFAB. I think BFAB is going to be a workhorse in this. I do agree with you. That is not something. This is something that I had before we even discussed BFAB. I digress. After that, I have Candice LeRae because why not? Right?
Yeah.
Because this, I just want to emphasize is fucking why not? You know, and you opening up with Becky Lynch was crazy. But
65,000 plus people, bro. It's the Women's Royal Rumble. This opens up the pay-per-view card. Becky's music hits. Holy fucking shit. Pat McAfee dancing like crazy. You're telling me you wouldn't see that? Come on, bro.
I can see it. I can see it. Doesn't mean that it should happen.
Start the night hot. What are you talking about?
Do you think that this match starts tonight?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. After that, Naomi. Naomi's a baller. Come on now. Piper Niven.
Okay.
I hate Piper Niven. I'm just gonna say that. I think just in general, we're gonna see some shit kind of all over the place because again, this is the one thing where I think they are going to lack storytelling.
Okay.
Masha Slamovich,
Okay.
Chelsea Green.
You
Bianca-
spelled, you spelled green wrong. It's all right. It's all
What the
right.
fuck are you? The fucking the police?
Yeah, yeah.
You're the punctuation police? Who am I dealing with here? Are you my friend or are you an English teacher?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hater of the year over here, like I said. Look at him. He's laughing. He's ready to trash my shit. He's ready to call me out. Chat, forget this guy. I don't even know why you guys are here.
Damn, that's
right.
crazy.
Yeah. Forget this guy. After that, Lyra Valkyria. Again, like I said, this one for me, it really was like all seriousness aside, or joking aside, excuse me. It was just like so hard for me to even like think of like logic behind it because there hasn't been a lot of logic anywhere besides in some aspects. You know what I mean?
Okay.
After that, Zelina Vega and then Roxanne Perez. I do believe that we see Roxanne Perez in this Rumble. I think Bailey will actually stretch this Rumble and we'll see those two face off because Bailey is one of the people that I think lasts a long time.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Zoe Stark and Michin. Michin needs Michin. She's not who I had like as a dark horse, but man, I would like to see her have a good run in this Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I just real fast, just a quick story behind Michin. I went to the WWE live event in Detroit that was here back in December.
Yeah.
She literally at the show went one by one by one, every single person, gave him a hug, took a picture with him. I witnessed it. It was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
After that, give me Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace is going to enter the Royal Rumble, and she is going to come up to the main roster. She, from TNA. Very
She
simple.
signed with the company. Yeah.
She signed with the company. And then have a shitbag heel come block her a little bit, Sonya Deville. And then she just gets thrown out, right?
Yeah.
Sonya Deville ain't lasting there. Nikki Bella. I do think that, oh man, I didn't even notice that. See, I'm beating myself up here.
What?
I'm beating myself up with the way that I rounded this. Surprises like one after the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of beating myself up here.
Okay.
That's all right, though. That's all right. After that, give me Asuka. Then Gail Kim. Okay, look. No matter what I say here, I stand by a potential Gail Kim Royal Rumble entrance.
Yeah.
I stand by that. Because who doesn't want to see Gail Kim on their TV? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see Gail Kim on my TV. Raquel Gonzalez. She's going to be in the match. Again, this one was just kind of all over the place for me. Give me Mickie James and then Julia. I definitely see Julia potentially popping up. Becky Lynch later in the match. Becky Lynch and Julia, that'd be just an awesome face-off, I think.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fire. And then one other one to top that, AJ Lee. I do believe that AJ Lee enters into this Royal Rumble.
Okay.
I think she is right now you just want to get her back on TV and back familiarized, right? It's a good way to do it.
Okay.
You're telling me that because I seen the face that you made. Now
You want Becky Lynch's major surprise and then AJ Lee's major surprise right after?
Yeah, that was kind of like my kicker there. That was
Yeah.
kind of like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, this one for me, like logic wise, I completely lacked it.
Yeah.
Not afraid to admit it.
Mhm.
Lash Legend, Jade Cargill, Trish Stratus, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair. Now, I want to get to my final four because there was some logic in this.
Let's hear it.
Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. We obviously know that story that's kind of been told. You talked about potentially wanting it to play out. I actually think that there's been a lot going on, and I think Jade will answer a lot of questions later on the following SmackDown after eliminating Bianca Belair. Right? You have the history of Charlotte and Becky. I do believe that Becky would win this Royal Rumble, and then she could go on and face Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
And eliminating Charlotte Flair. And then, yeah, the most eliminations for sure, Bianca Belair. She's a dog. I think WWE loves her. That's why I put her in the final four.
Yeah. I think Bianca and Becky winning makes a lot of sense if you're challenging Rhea.
Yeah.
If you're challenging Tiffany Stratton, I don't think that's the case. I don't think none of those would obviously make sense. But here's the thing. I really think you're
My shit was all over the place.
it's all over the place.
Yeah,
It's all no, it's not. I'm not going to clown you. I mean, everything I do is respectfully, of course. But if you say respectfully before you say something,
it makes it a little bit better.
Yeah. No, I
I
think
sucks.
no. Listen, I think both of our predictions are kind of like close in the sense of like certain
Like
things
where
make
they
sense.
are and they end.
Yeah, I don't agree with the Becky and AJ Lee thing. If
Yeah.
AJ shows up, she shows up at number 30.
Right.
And then also Charlotte coming out at number 30 to me doesn't really make a lot of sense because of the fact that they've already announced her return. I think it would be far more likely that Becky or AJ
Would
Lee
be
came out at
30.
31.
Yeah. Okay.
Or 30, I mean,
Yeah.
excuse me.
That would make a lot of sense. That would.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say though, what I really, really hope to see out of Royal Rumble,
Mhm.
I don't agree with your picks, obviously.
Yeah,
I think the way you laid it out, I think there's a lot of flaws with it too, to be honest. But
respectfully.
respectfully, of course, yeah. But one thing I will say though is what I really want is for the Royal Rumble throughout the night. Let's say the ladder match kicks off the show, for example,
Yeah.
and then you have the tag team match, and then you have the Royal Rumbles. Obviously, what I want to see throughout the night is the women and the men going to the drawing room, getting their number, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. Can you pull something up? There was a comment that Phil left actually, and this is one thing to mention why my 30 isn't crazy. They did Cody at 30 for his return vignette.
Yeah, I know, but
So that's
I
fine.
don't like that idea though.
That's
I didn't
fair.
like it when they did it with Cody, and I don't like it if they did it with Charlotte.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean there's not logic behind it.
No, I get that. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's. I mean, listen, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I get it.
So,
But
ladies,
he likes Charlotte winning.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't like Charlotte winning.
What?
What did I tell you on stream the other day?
Why you put her to win?
Why did I book her to win? It doesn't mean that's what I like.
Because it's factual.
It's you're basing things off the way WWE conducts business. If I had it my way, Jordynne Grace would be winning the Royal Rumble. She'd come in literally. If I was booking this shit, I would literally have Jordynne Grace coming at number 1, last all the way to number 30. Charlotte almost eliminates her. Jordynne Grace throws her out, and I would set up Jordynne Grace versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, if I was doing what I actually fucking wanted based
Yeah.
on who I actually like, yeah, of
Right.
course.
Right. It's the same reason why I went with Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I just think
I think there's more facts behind it.
yeah, I don't know about that, but weird.
Weird shit, man.
A couple super chats. Superman Bass Fisher dropped $4 Canadian. You both forgot RVD in the Royal Rumble. RVD's not confirmed, and as I
Didn't
said
you-
earlier, if
Yeah,
there
I
was a
about to say,
legend,
didn't you say that?
yeah. So, but there's nothing confirmed that for him to be in the Rumble. And to be honest with you, RVD didn't get a physical for NXT when he was there, so I wasn't going to formally put that in there. If there is a legend that's going to show up, it's him or JBL, because JBL be clotheslining the fuck out of everybody. So
That's fair.
yeah.
fair.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Superman Bass Fisher for the $4 Canadian. Appreciate you. Got a couple more super chats, then we'll move on.
Yep.
David Primero dropping $1.99. Big fan of Gail Kim. I will scream to see her at Royal Rumble. I
Me
do
too.
too.
Me too.
So here's the thing though. If you have Gail Kim, then you don't have Mickie James.
Yes, I agree.
I don't think that's the case. But I do love the idea of Gail Kim. I would love to see Gail Kim.
Me too.
And yeah.
I think she makes sense in the Rumble.
Yeah.
As like a surprise entrance and whatnot.
And then that's gonna bring us to our rest of the cards. So let's dial them in.
Yep.
So Billy picked Becky,
Yep.
and I picked Charlotte, Punk, and Men's Rumble. Who did I pick again?
The Rock.
The Rock. Okay, really quick, because I don't want to spend too much time on this stuff, but really quick, DIY versus MCMG.
Give me DIY. I think that run is just, I mean, it's just getting started. They're doing great stuff. Who do you got here? Cody? Yeah, give me Cody.
That's why I didn't want to spend too much time on it. I think those are two very easy matches. Those
Yeah,
are the filler matches
predictable.
of the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns is going to be an absolute banger.
Mhm.
Fucking awesome. 2 out of 3 falls.
Nice to see the tag team championships back on a pay-per-view card.
Exactly. And then Cody versus Owens. I think Cody obviously wins.
Yep.
But I didn't put Randy Orton in the Royal Rumble because I do think Randy Orton helps Cody win.
Okay.
I think the filler program is going to be Cody, Owens and Randy.
Yep.
And
going
I
at
think-
WrestleMania.
I think when Randy actually helps Cody a little bit, I think whether he helps Cody or whatever it may be, I think there will be a moment where he looks at Cody and the belt again. And I think that's going to kind of plant the seed again for the future.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
So that's going to bring us to what I would like to call our final poll. And I would like to create a poll really quick.
Let's do it.
Where do I do this?
Yo, the chat was crazy today, man.
No, for real, you guys went off, man. Shout
And
out
also to everybody on my channel, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys
yeah,
are
and shout out to everybody watching on X as well as TikTok.
awesome. Man.
Thank you guys. Let's do this. While we're waiting for any last minute super chats,
Yeah.
we have the poll. Who had the better Rumble predictions, Ango or Billy? Let's see what the people say.
Bring it on. Oh, I'm interested to see.
Get those votes in.
Drop the votes in, man. Who had the better predictions? They're gonna say you, bro, out of favoritism.
Nah, I don't agree with favoritism. I don't think that's a thing that exists.
You guys can shit on my female predictions though, because those are trash. Even I knew that.
Have some confidence in your picks, dude.
I'm gonna try because I do like my ending. My final four, I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
god!
I don't hate the Final Four. I don't hate it.
No. Oh, we forgot Kevin's super chat. Kevin,
I
dropped
didn't
a
see
super chat.
Kevin drop a super
Yeah,
chat.
Kevin Schiffman dropped a super chat, man.
Kevin, I don't believe you. Drop $100 to prove that you're not lying. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm obviously just fucking around. I didn't see it though. So that must have been up. I apologize. My job is to never forget super chats.
You are never allowed to do anything like that.
Did I read Henry's super chat? He said Charlotte winning is too predictable.
No, you did
Becky
not read
wins.
that. No.
Okay, so I missed Henry's as well. Charlotte winning is too predictable. Becky wins. I mean, I think Becky winning is too predictable if she shows up at 30, you know, but who knows? Who knows? That's the thing. I think the women's Royal Rumble is always predictable. I think the men's isn't as predictable. I think you could literally have Seth, Drew, Punk. You could honestly have any of them win. Like, I think with the women, it's going to come down to Charlotte or Becky for sure. So I definitely agree with that.
Ernest,
and then
we forgot his super chat too.
Who's?
Ernest?
I didn't see Ernest drop a super
No,
chat.
me either.
Kevin Schiffman, I'll take a look. Kevin Schiffman dropped $5. He says Solo and Fatu have a fart off. No, I'm kidding. What? Damn, bro, this dyslexia kicking in. Solo and Fatu start off. Jimmy follows, and then Solo looks at them and both and leaves. I don't know about that. Maybe. I think Solo. I like my idea of Solo and The Rock and Jacob Fatu like kind of standing with each other, you know. And
yeah.
I mean, being honest,
I like my prediction.
It would be cool to see
bloodline at the
Jimmy.
end.
It would be cool to see Jimmy and Jay go after Solo and Fatu though. That'd be kind of fun.
It would be. It would be.
I am not seeing another super chat though. Who did you say I missed?
Ernest. He said you forgot mine.
Ernest, I'm looking. I promise I'm looking.
Oh, the chat's talking, yeah, bro, because I'm turning heel. Never know when though. Guys, I don't know if I'm gonna turn heel. We'll see.
Please do.
We'll see. Maybe.
I do not see Ernest.
Then maybe we didn't. Maybe Ernest is trolling.
Let me go into YouTube because on here on the chat I'm not seeing it, which is strange. But maybe if I click on the different link.
Phil said Billy's prediction is I hate you Solo. Yeah.
Can you imagine that though?
That's exactly my prediction.
But that makes Jacob Fatu a babyface, and I don't know if they should have him as a babyface.
Well, people want to cheer that guy. It's not about whether he wants to be a babyface or not. It's about they want to cheer him.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another super chat though.
Yes, I am looking for Ernest though, really quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I did. I apologize.
Let's go. He wasn't trolling.
This happened a long time ago. Ernest dropped a $5 super chat. He says, "Do you think Ricky Stark or Aleister Black show up at the Rumble as a surprise?" I did keep Aleister off. Ricky Starks is still under contract. We don't know about Aleister Black, so that's why I didn't include Aleister Black. There's no knowledge.
Yep.
But Aleister Black for sure is WWE bound when he. I don't think there's.
I do
question
think he
about that.
shows up eventually though.
Yeah. Jonathan Lizaraga, he dropped another super chat for $1.99. He says, "Do you guys think Penta will beat Gunther's record?" It's a possibility.
Chance.
There was a few that I was not able to see, so that was
man.
You guys just kept firing on all cylinders.
Right?
Today,
wow, we were talking so much.
Yeah. Penta doesn't beat the record, but I think he lasts very, very, very long.
Yes, I agree. I think he lasts a long time.
And then final super chat for the stream, Josh Carlos 98, $1.99, Dark Horse winner, Jey Uso, got a bad feeling.
That's not a bad feeling. There's nothing to feel bad about that.
If he won, it would be unpredictable.
It would be, and that's how you make this exciting, right? It would be unpredictable.
Maybe that's why WWE wanted us so focused on Seth and Drew and everybody, you know. But
because a guy like Jey Uso can come in and win.
But what about Sammy winning? Could be fun.
Bars. Guy got bars.
Could be fun. A lot of possibilities, guys. A lot of possibilities. What an absolute amazing stream. Thank you all for joining us.
You guys are
Whether
awesome.
it's on TikTok or X or YouTube. If we look at the poll results, who had the better Rumble predictions? Ango won with 65%. Billy had 35%.
Oh, okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. I feel like this is fun. And what's going to be
Yeah.
really cool is tomorrow after the Royal Rumble, we're going to go live and we're going to pay attention to see were we accurate and what number they entered.
Yep.
You know, we're going to pay attention to all the little things. So we'll even bring the spreadsheets back tomorrow.
Yep.
And we'll go over those and it should be really fun, bro. It should be really, really fun.
Absolutely.
It's been a minute since I've done a post show for a pay-per-view, so I look forward to doing this. These streams have become incredibly fun. We're building something really cool. The watch time on this stream has been absolutely amazing. So that is one thing that I really appreciate. You know, whether it's 200 viewers or 600 viewers, I just really appreciate that you guys come along for the ride and actually stick with us and watch and engage. This is incredibly fun, and we look forward to being live tomorrow after the show. And then, of course, we'll be back Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
So shout out to everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you follow Billy at BillyTKO. And of course, I'm at Ango PW. Did we make the 30 super chats? And if so, snip, Billy. We did not.
No.
We did not.
Nope.
Billy gets to keep his hair. Maybe we could come up with something fun for the Royal Rumble. Who knows?
Yes. Maybe we can come up with something fun.
Maybe we'll figure it out. I would say cut my hair, but I buzz my hair.
I just want to say real fast before we get off stream, thank you guys so much for welcoming me into this community.
For sure.
You guys are awesome.
Listen, we're gonna banter. We're gonna have fun. That's what makes these live streams fun. Honestly,
Yeah.
Can never take yourself too seriously.
No.
And dude, this is great. This is great
is.
stuff. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today, and we will be back tomorrow.